Today we enter a fascinating land, a topic that arouses great interest but also causes discomfort. This reflection is aimed at those who are in a stage of life in which deep knowledge about our body and our sexuality is not only relevant, but is fundamental. That we will explore a popular myth that has endured throughout generations. Is there any connection between the size of a woman's buttocks and the characteristics of her vagina? At first glance, this belief may seem harmless, even trivial. However, behind it, cultural conceptions and stereotypes that deserve to be approached with respect and precision are hidden. In a society that often reduces the female body to superficial aspects, it is necessary to look beyond appearances and deal with this issue with a solid base that includes medical, psychological, and cultural foundations. It is essential to separate the facts from fictions, since this will help free women from wrong beliefs that affect their perception of themselves and their self-esteem. Questioning these stories allows us to break with the patterns imposed and move towards a more just and enriching understanding. Let's start by dismantling the myth. The size of the buttocks of a woman is the result of a fascinating combination of factors, such as genetics, body fat distribution, and the bone structure of the pelvis. These characteristics, although visible and striking, have no direct connection with the internal anatomy of the vagina. The vagina is an exceptional organ, designed to fulfill essential functions such as reproduction and to adapt to situations such as childbirth, demonstrating impressive elasticity and resistance. If we reflect on this, how extraordinary is the human body, especially the feminine. It is a living testimony of biological engineering that reflects the evolution and the ability to adapt our species. So where does this idea arise? For centuries, diverse cultures have related certain physical features, such as prominent buttocks, with fertility and good health. These associations, fed by the media and our own perceptions, have become a kind of cultural truth, which has very little to do with science. These ideas not only persist for constant repetition, but also because they are embedded in narratives that reinforce beauty standards and gender roles, which affect our way of thinking. From an early age. In reality, sexual satisfaction is not determined by any specific physical characteristic, but by a complex network of factors, including emotional health, communication with the couple, and self-esteem. Imagine how much could transform our way of living intimacy if we eliminate these myths. Here a key appearance comes in: the pelvic floor muscles. These muscles, which surround and support the vagina and other pelvic organs, play a fundamental role in sexual function through exercises such as Kegel. Any woman, regardless of the size of her buttocks, can strengthen these muscles, thus improving their well-being and sexual experience. Both physical health and a person's sexual experience benefit from an integral approach that invites us to transform the narrative, leaving myths behind and concentrating on what really matters: caring for and appreciating our body from the inside. In addition, strengthening this area not only favors sexual well-being, but also improves the quality of life in general, preventing conditions such as incontinence and contributing to a better global physical balance. Dedicating time to our internal well-being is, in essence, an investment in our trust and happiness. But we do not limit ourselves only to physical appearance. Psychology teaches us that the mind is one of the most powerful sexual organs. The way in which we perceive ourselves significantly influences our intimacy experience. A woman who feels safe and satisfied with her body is much more likely to experience a full and enriching sex life. The key is not to meet superficial standards, but in promoting self-love and acceptance. This process requires dedication and patience. But the benefits can be deeply transformers. How many times have we limited our pleasure or our trust trying to adjust to unreal expectations? That limitation disappears when we learn to value our authenticity and accept ourselves as we are. As we age, our body experiences transformations. What provided us with pleasure at age May 20th no longer do it at 50, and that's fine. Sexuality is a continuous journey of evolution, and adapting to these changes with curiosity, without judgments or external pressures, is fundamental. Listening to our body and finding new ways to enjoy intimacy is part of this adaptation process. Each wrinkle, each physical change, is a manifestation of lived life, evidence of past experiences, and therefore deserves to be celebrated. Society usually exalts youth as the only stage of sexual vitality, but this vision is far from being true. In fact, many people discover new dimensions of connection and pleasure in more advanced stages of their life, when open experience and communication play a central role. So, if there is something that we must learn from this speech, it is that the female body is an extraordinarily complex system and worthy of admiration. Reducing it to simplified myths is not only unfair, but also a loss of perspective about how great it is. Instead of focusing on superficial attributes, let's focus on what really matters: emotional connection, sincere communication, and mutual respect. Imagine a world in which each woman feels empowered to embrace her uniqueness. Without fear of judgment. The diversity of bodies, stories, and experiences is what enriches our humanity. Each stage of life offers new opportunities to learn, explore, and enjoy. Let's not let myths limit our perception of what it means to have a full sex life. Recall that the key to pleasure lies in self-love, curiosity, and courage to continue discovering. Allow you to question what they have believed so far and open to a new understanding, deeper and more enriching. It is never too late to rediscover and celebrate life in all its forms. Grade our perspectives and discover new sources of happiness and connection is an essential process for personal growth. If this message has touched any fiber in you, do not hesitate to share it with those who can find value in it. In addition, remember to subscribe to receive more content that honors learning, exploration, and freedom to completely enjoy each phase of life. Every moment, every experience is an opportunity to celebrate our individuality and take steps towards a richer, satisfying life and with a deeper purpose. After all, every day is a new opportunity to continue evolving and connect with what really matters. The true essence of fully enjoying life lies in our ability to accept changes and adapt to them with an open mind. As we advance in life, circumstances, roles, and above all our bodies experience transformations. Society often pushes us to follow certain standards of beauty, success, or youth. But what really matters is to learn to live in harmony with ourselves, without comparing ourselves with external ideals. The acceptance of our own evolution is key to cultivating robust mental and emotional health, which in turn positively impacts our relationship with the body and sexuality. When we learn to value what we are in the present, without clinging to what we were or what others expect from us, we reach a deeper level of well-being. In addition, the perception of sexuality and intimacy should not be based on what others dictate, but on what really satisfies us. The importance of communication, Mutual respect and emotional connection becomes a fundamental pillar through time experience. If you like this type of videos, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more videos like this.